Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Robert, and in this video I'm going to share with you some of the things that you might want to know about using a U-Pull self-serve salvage yard. Let's get started. As you can see, there's an admission fee for most of them, not all of them. The admission fee, I guess, institutes some kind of contract. There's some things they have, regulations and rules. Main thing you want to know is when you enter the salvage yard, they do not allow minors under the age of 16 in most of them. There's a liability involved in trying to prevent people from being hurt and injured. Children would be more susceptible to that. When you come into most of them, they have a release of liability for you to execute either by signing a form or pushing a button, and you can go ahead and get into it. And almost all of these facilities, you need to have your own tools so that you can pull the parts that you need, and you want to be aware of how they arrange the yards, because they normally group cars together by manufacturers. Information kiosks when you come in, and when you pay to get in, you either need to get a receipt that you came in or get a stamp. That way, if you need to leave and come back in, you don't have to pay again. If you need information about a specific vehicle or a specific part, the person at the check-in window can normally help you with that information so that you will understand what vehicles you can get your parts from. I usually use the wiki website to get like vehicles, and that way when I come in, I can find the parts I need without much hassle. I have developed a system where I get my stamp on my arm. I don't like looking at it on my hand. Just me. After you enter the salvage yard, you can often find wheelbarrows to use to help you carry your tools or bring your parts back. Then you look at the map that they have provided. There's one over there. It'll have the sections and help guide you as to where the vehicle that you may be looking for parts from will be located. As you can see here to the left, this salvage yard has a premium lot. That's where unusually desirable vehicles are stored. It's an extra fee and cost to get in there to get parts. So here's the map that shows you where the different cars are located. There's another little holding section. These are the cars that will probably be placed out in the yard prior to opening for the next morning. They normally forklift the cars, set them where they want them, and then you have access to pull parts from them. A couple things you want to know just for, I guess, being courteous and for being a person of integrity. This salvage yard belongs to a person or company. This is not a free-for-all. You just don't take parts and put them in your pocket and walk out the door, and you don't damage parts that you have no intentions of purchasing if you can avoid that. There's things that you may want that you need to take things apart to get at, and there are people that will likely come in behind you to need parts that you have taken apart to get to the part you wanted. A prime example of that is yesterday I was looking for an AC compressor. The AC compressor was cut off, laying on the ground in the dirt. Somebody needed the engine, so they cut all the accessories off, threw them in the dirt, and then they took the engine. However, it would have maybe been a little nicer if they would have took those parts and set them to the side or placed them inside the vehicle so that when somebody comes along after them, they could find those parts set aside instead of strode all over the ground. Another thing you may want to consider is that other people that come to the salvage yard to get parts, they may need to get around, get in between cars, find different parts, and it would be nice if maybe when you remove parts that were in your way, that you would set those aside in a neat fashion and not just throw them where people have to step over them, and do things to try to leave the work area, this is your work area, a little safer for others to navigate through. When people that are coming to look for parts have to step over and try to avoid cutting themselves on sharp metal objects and stuff like that to get through, makes it a little bit of a hazardous situation. If people start to come in here and they get hurt, things like that, trying to get parts out, it's probably going to end up in this privilege of coming and getting your own parts taken away from us. Coming into and getting parts out of a self-serve salvage yard is not a right. It's a privilege allotted to us by the people that own the land and purchase these vehicles and place them in there where we can come get parts. It's usually a place where we can do three primary things. Number one, find parts that are obsolete. Number two, have a great savings on parts that we need to purchase. And number three, we can practice working on things that will help us avoid doing damage to our own vehicles when we actually go to replace the part. It is a great place to come and learn how to tinker on a vehicle. Try not to abuse that so that those things are not taken away from us. One thing that I find rather frustrating is when people break glass in vehicles, knock the glass in the vehicle. As you see, this vehicle has several glass broken, likely broken from an accident, which is understandable, but I've actually seen people actually vandalize vehicles in the salvage yard, break glass for no reason. You know, it's just hazardous for people to work around broken glass. Try to avoid doing that if you can. The benefit of coming to a salvage yard is often you'll find vehicle enthusiasts that will help you learn about doing maintenance or repairs on your car. So it's good sometime to just stop by and see someone that's working on the type of vehicle that you have, see if they can teach you something or you can assist them. As you can see on this vehicle, somebody has taken the hood, taken a few parts off the bumper, taken a few parts off the engine, the starter's been removed, the fuel rail has been set aside, the fender's gone. Now it's really nice if you could come and find a vehicle that's the same color as yours and pull that fender without any damage have priorly been done to it. But sometimes the place will lift the vehicle up with a forklift and dent doors or fenders. But what you want to try to avoid is scratching the paint on good body parts as you come through. Wouldn't be nice if somebody came to get this fender and it was all scratched up by somebody being careless with a wheelbarrow or purposely scratching it with a screwdriver or something. Occasionally when you're out at the salvage yards pulling parts, you may not have the proper tool to get a part off. In that case, you do want to ask for a little help by someone that may be around you. Try not to go too far with people's tools, and if you borrow someone's tool, be kind enough to return it as quick as possible. Don't walk around the junkyard with your tool. They may forget about it, you may forget about it, and they will probably need your tool one day. A couple of things to keep in mind when you're planning to go to the salvage yard or do any automotive job for that matter. You want to do a little research so you can determine how to properly remove that part, so that when you come out to the salvage yard, you'll, one, already have an idea of what you need to do, and two, have a good idea of the tools you'll need to get it removed. If for some reason you're coming out to the salvage yard to get a big part like an engine or a transmission or something too heavy to lift, you'll often find these tripods around that you can wheel to the vehicle that you need to pull your part from, and then you can hoist it out with that, set it on the ground, and then go get the staff at the junkyard, and they will come with either a forklift or some other kind of vehicle to pick that part up and take it to the checkout for you. You do need to be aware that there are some things they do not sell: airbags, catalytic converters, and some other things that may be a safety hazard. You can often get a good deal on batteries and slightly used tires, and of course wheels that match your vehicle. I should also make a note that most self-serve salvage yards do not offer a warranty on glass, and if you return a part, you don't usually get cash back, you get credit. And in buying parts, you can get a standard warranty, usually 30 days, or you can buy an extended warranty, it's up to 6 or 7 months. A lot of times if you come to the salvage yard during the early hours, you can actually find day laborers in there that will actually pull the parts for you, charge a very nominal fee. So that's something that you can look out for. As you can see here, some salvage yards actually sell cars. People will have cars delivered here with little or no damage. Sometimes cars they simply don't want anymore. And they will give the title to the salvage yard, and the salvage yard can sell those vehicles back to the general public. Well, that's all I have. I got the parts I needed, and I'm headed home. Do understand that there are very few of these salvage yard self-help places or chains. Most of them are independent, so they all have their own rules and procedures. Thanks for watching. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.